Hi guys! So this is day 2 of my vlog channel. How to, or going to trying to look 20 years younger. That's my aim. Within a year, I'm 49, and hopefully by the time I'm 50, I will try to look like how I did when I was 30. I don't know if that's gonna work. I really don't know. I might, through all this process, look 5 years younger or 10 years younger. But my aim is to look how I did when I was about 30. So that's a lot of work. Yeah. So I'm in my kitchen because I'm going to cook soon. So from the research I have done, you have to be at your ideal weight when you get plastic surgery. I'm 30 pounds overweight, I think 30 to 35. So I want to be at my ideal weight, which is about 130, 135. That would be nice. So I plan to do the surgery hopefully early next year. So I have 6 months to lose 30 to 35 pounds. To do that, I have to eat healthy. So again, I have no makeup on. My hair is up. You can see I haven't even done my roots. I'm all natural. No makeup, nothing. So yeah, I'm here in my kitchen. I'm going to cook. I look at myself and look at these bags under the eyes. I don't like it. My face used to be so tight like this. What happened? But that's my aim. My aim is to look 20 years younger, to look 30 within a year. That's my goal. So I have to eat healthy, so I'm going to cook. So I have started to prepare some potatoes for my brunch. I had a tiny bit of cereal this morning, but not that much. I had a cup of tea. So for lunch, I'm just having a small meal, try to keep away from breads completely, pizzas, all that yucky stuff. Yucky stuff. It's good, but you can't eat it when you're on a diet. It's the yucky thing when you're on a diet. Great when you're not. So I plan to just have some scrambled egg with a bit of, because I love hash browns, so I'm not going to eat the hash browns anymore, but I can cook potatoes, fresh potatoes cut, and then so instead of deep frying, I'm using this machine. I will show you. So these are my potatoes. So again, I used to love having hash browns, every day. So instead of doing that, I have cut up some potatoes in this healthy fryer, which is just a tiny bit of oil that you put in there. The Tefal, it's actually called a Tefal fryer, which is a much healthier option. So this way you can just put your potatoes in, a tiny bit of oil. I use olive oil, and I'll put a tiny bit of salt and some herbs in there, and I will fry that, and I will make some eggs. So let's do this. I'm gonna make some eggs. Okay, so I like using free-range eggs. Oh, there's my eggs. So I will get 2 of these. 2 of eggs. And I like mixing egg creations with it. I find it gives a lot more egg instead of using 10 million eggs. I like using spinach. And I think that's it for the fridge. Oh, actually, no. I like using some tomatoes. Tomatoes is good. I always like using tomatoes. And again, I'm staying away from breads. I'm staying away from all that stuff. Garlic. Some garlic with it. So, garlic. Olive oil for frying. Olive oil. I try to stay away from this oil. And for salt, I try to use the pink salt, the Himalayan pink salt. It's better for you than just the table salt. I find that's much better. So here you go. I have actually cut up some tomatoes, and I actually found some spring onions, which is I find great. You can use onions or spring onions. I cut up the garlic here as well. And I'm going to fry this up and then put some spinach in as well, and then the eggs. Oh, and just to let you know, I just actually picked up some basil, fresh basil from my garden, which is so nice to have organic fresh basil. Amazing. And you always want to make sure you wash it because of course there'll be, you know, bugs can get on it. So let's turn this baby on. Not too high. So I put on kind of between medium and high heat. Put some olive oil in. Not too much. Maybe that was a bit too much. And start cooking all this yummy stuff. Okay, so let's put this in the fryer. The frying pan. And so get that going. So now I'm going to beat the eggs. I'm gonna beat them up. So I use free range eggs. I don't use the normal eggs because it's cruelty free. I don't believe in the other eggs where they're all, you know, caged up together. So that's why I use these eggs. I feel less guilty about eating animal eggs. I'm actually vegetarian, so I try to be as ethical as possible. So so here's your eggs. So I'm going to add some of the egg creations. That way I'm not using 10 million eggs, but here we go. So I'm going to scramble this up with all this yummy stuff. So I'm just going to let that cook for a little bit and then add some spinach. But I just realized, you know, even though I have free range eggs, I don't think this is free range. I hope one day that they do come out with free range egg creations. So that's my guilty part, is that this isn't probably free range. Okay, let's turn this down because it's probably too high. So now I'm going to add the spinach. Go. Adding the spinach. This is gonna be my healthy lunch. Stay away from the carbs, even though there's a little bit of, you know, carbs in everything, you know, with potatoes. So I'm gonna let that simmer for a little bit. So that looks like it's pretty well cooked. You know, it's pretty well cooked enough for me to start with the eggs. Okay, so let's put the eggs in. And I tend to put this on a lower heat. Oh, not too high. There we go, a bit of a lower heat there. I find if you put the eggs too high, the heat too high on the eggs, it just doesn't taste, it tastes gross. It's like rubbery eggs. I want this to be fluffy eggs. And the other thing is you want to keep stirring. That's the other kind of trick, is just to keep stirring this. So I'm going to add a little bit of salt, the pink salt. Again, don't try not to use table salt. Use the pink Himalayan salt. It's much better for you. Much healthier. So we're going to get this cooking. Keep stirring. I also, for extra flavor, I like to put some salsa in the mix. I find some salsa in the mix makes it even more tastier. So I will add that at the end. And again, you want to keep stirring, making sure that it doesn't get stuck to the bottom. And you always want to make sure you use a non-stick pan. You don't want to use those pans that will be just stuck. The egg will just be stuck to the pan. And I find that if you use an older pan, that doesn't work anymore. Just get rid of it and use one that works. So now you see that it's starting to firm up. And again, have the heat down low and just keep stirring. And if you see that it's getting stuck around the edges, you know, scrape that off with a spoon because you don't want it to get stuck. Now that's starting to work nicely. See, it's getting stuck around there. Get rid of it. Start getting rid of that part. See how that's coming nicely? And it's patience, because if you do this over high heat, no, it will taste horrible. Do this on a low heat when you're cooking the scrambled eggs is best. So, looks like the eggs are ready. So I'm gonna add some of the salsa. Try not to drop this. I'll just use like a few tablespoons and put it in there. Maybe one more. And I just mix it together. Just heat it up for a tiny bit more. That looks so good. And this is so easy to make. You see how the eggs are, you know, not flat. They're quite fluffy-ish. They look so good and healthy. Okay, I think that's ready. So let's put it in the dish. Okay, so we got it on the dish. And now we're gonna get the potatoes and see how they're doing. Oh yeah, those are good. So you want them kind of golden brown. Actually, you do want them golden brown. Not burnt, but golden brown. So we're gonna put them on the dish. So there we have it. We got the eggs, we got the potatoes. You know, I'm not putting too much on my plate. This is enough for lunch. And I do have some leftovers, so I probably will have that later if I'm hungry again. You know, it could be towards dinner or for somebody else who wants it. So let's try this. This looks good. Oh yeah. Very good.